It is done. It is done. Oh, grace is upon us. Open your heart. This is love. This is love. Oh, this is love. Grace is upon us. Open your heart. It is done. It is done. Oh, grace is upon us. Open your heart. This is love. This is love. Oh, this is love. This is love. The Lord is here. This is love. The Lord is here. This is love. This is love. This is love. Oh, this is love. Come to the highest point of the mountain. At the earliest possible moment. Come to the highest point of the mountain. At the earliest possible moment. The Lord is here. This is love. The Lord is here. This is love. This is love. This is love. Oh, this is love. Grace is upon us. Open your heart. It is done. It is done. Oh, grace is upon us. Open your heart. This is love. This is love. Oh, this is love.
Namaste. Welcome everyone to Satsang this morning. Very happy to see you, and welcome to all who are joining us via broadcasting from around the world in order to share Satsang with us here in Rishikesh in real time. So, big welcome to everybody. And very good. Welcome to the wrestling.
Спасибо.
Спасибо.
Please, translation Russian language. Каждый раз, когда подхожу к микрофону, трястись начинает.
Every time when I come to microphone, I'm shaking.
Yes.
Я очень хотела говорить с тобой.
I want very much to talk to you.
Что-то внутри знает, что это необходимо.
Something inside know that it's necessarily.
За этот год все больше вот этого покоя и течения естественного.
During this year, it's more and more the peace and flowing, natural flowing.
Все меньше отождествленности.
Much less identity.
Но сейчас, когда я здесь, из глубины начинают подниматься тенденции.
But now when I'm here from the deep of myself, some tendencies arise.
Особенно ярко это происходит, когда я встречаюсь с тобой.
Very clear it's happening when I see you, when I meet you.
Yes.
Это страх.
It's fear.
И я хотела бы попросить тебя рассмотреть этот страх и как бы раскрыть его, стать ясным, видимым.
And I want to ask you to look at this fear, to open it, to make it clear for me.
Okay.
Okay.
Спасибо.
Good. This is why it was important for her to come, for you to come.
Вот почему это было так важно для тебя прийти.
Because this gives an opportunity that whatever is hidden would not remain hidden in so direct and intimate an encounter.
Потому что это дает возможность для всего, что было скрыто, не оставаться скрытым в таком прямом.
Because fear does not arise from outside, it arises from inside.
Потому что страх, он не возникает снаружи, он возникает изнутри.
And it had not been detected before.
И он раньше не был замечен.
But now, whatever is hidden, now it's coming to the surface, something.
Но теперь все, что было спрятано, оно поднимается на поверхность.
Don't panic.
Не паникуй.
We must allow this sensation to come.
Мы должны позволить этим ощущениям и чувствам подняться, прийти.
To begin to look at it from a steady place.
Чтобы начать смотреть на них с более стабильной позиции.
And without identifying with it or trying to suppress it, to look at what is the message inside the fear.
Чтобы перестать отождествляться или перестать их скрывать и посмотреть.
Yes. What is it about?
чтобы посмотреть, о чем это, какое послание несут эти страхи.
Sometimes you recognize it instantly,
Сначала иногда ты можешь определить это инстинктивно,
and sometimes it only comes as an energy.
а иногда это приходит просто как энергия.
Do you know what it is?
Ты
The
знаешь,
fear?
что это за страх?
Ну, это контроль.
It is control.
The fear of losing control?
Это страх потерять контроль.
Да, то есть
Да.
у меня есть планы на... У этой истории есть планы на все.
This story has a plan for everything.
И в том...
The story?
This story, вы говорите о себе?
Да, вот эта история, которая наблюдает этот страх.
She
контроля.
talk about that the story that see the fear has a plan. She talk about herself.
Oh, the
И в
one
том
that sees the
числе-
fear has a plan. Okay, I know.
И в том числе есть план на тебя и на то, как ты себя должен вести.
And also it has a plan for you and how you have to behave. She talking about you, Guruji.
It has a plan for me also.
Yes. Это тоже есть план на Guruji.
And to tell me a little bit more about that.
Расскажи немножечко больше об этом плане.
Да, я просто это наблюдаю, и это так и выглядит,
I just
действительно.
see it just look like that.
Если ты не ведешь себя так, или другие люди не ведут себя так, как в этом плане, ну вот в этом образе представлено, то возникает страх.
If you or any other person behave not as it is in this plan, this fear arises.
Control.
Контроль, да.
Okay. Mhm. Of course, your natural self does not need to nor desire to control anything at all.
Конечно, твоему естественному состоянию не нужно желание контроля вообще.
Yes. And the body by itself does not want to control anything.
И тело само по себе тоже не нужно контроль.
We are trying to identify who it is that needs to have this control.
Мы стараемся определить, кому нужен этот контроль.
So we must at least identify that entity as to what it is, no?
Мы хотя бы должны определить, что это.
You have just introduced what the fear is of. Now, who is the fear for?
Сейчас
We are
ты
going to look.
представила, о чем этот страх, а теперь давай посмотрим, чей это страх.
Why it is important to find out?
Почему это важно определить это?
Because until you find out, you will embrace this fear to be identical with you, to be one with you.
Потому что пока ты не определила, не нашла, чей это страх, ты обнимаешь этот страх, как будто он и есть ты.
And in this way, it will continue to live.
И таким образом он будет продолжать жить.
Once you can see clearly the nature of the fear and the one who is afraid,
Как только ты сможешь увидеть природу этого страха и того, кто боится,
some distance will open up.
ты увидишь дистанцию, расстояние,
The suffocation will be thinned away,
размоется,
will vanish.
будет размыто, смыто.
So now, the one for whom the fear is, this is not, will not initially be felt as an easy question, you see?
Это не будет казаться сейчас легким вопросом, тот, чей это страх.
Because for a long time you've just assumed it is yourself.
Потому что долгое время ты просто принимала, что это я.
Yes. So we're going to see if this is completely true or not.
Мы сейчас увидим, это действительно полностью правда или нет.
Either it is yourself, and we'll find out what yourself is,
И-
or it is for the idea you have of who you are.
Или же это ты на самом деле, и мы узнаем, кто ты на самом деле, или же это идея о том, кто ты есть.
Yes. Which we feel very protective towards this identity of ourself.
Который мы ощущаем очень защищенным в нашей идентификации, нашем отождествлении.
The personal identity I'm speaking, huh?
Я говорю о личной отождествленности.
Yes. So the fear, we're using the fear to locate the one who is afraid and to see if the one who is afraid is actually your inmost self.
И мы будем использовать страх для того, чтобы определить местоположение того, кто боится, и увидеть, на самом ли деле это ты.
Do you know already the answer?
Ты уже знаешь ответ?
Да.
Do you know the answer?
Нет.
Do you know the answer?
She say yes first, then she say no.
Okay. Yeah, because sometimes we feel we know the answer, but we know the answer as a concept.
Нам иногда кажется, что мы знаем ответ, но мы знаем ответ как концепцию.
And you must know the answer as experience.
А ты должна знать этот ответ как опыт.
Very good.
Очень хорошо.
The fact that you can look at this
Факт, то, что ты можешь посмотреть на это,
means that you are observing some kind of sensation.
это значит, означает, что ты наблюдаешь какое-то ощущение.
Yes.
Да.
And if you are observing it,
И если ты наблюдаешь за этим,
it belongs to time.
это принадлежит времени.
And it will come and go.
И это будет приходить и уходить.
We know that fear or any other sensation comes and goes.
Мы знаем, что страхи или любые другие ощущения приходят и уходят.
So first, you must experience what you're seeing. You're looking, you say, okay, the one who is actually afraid,
Сначала ты должна пережить то, что этот опыт, и кто на самом деле испытывает страх,
the one for whom the fear comes,
тот, для кого страх приходит,
now it's time to be seen what it is.
теперь время увидеть, что это.
Yes. Can it be found?
Может ли это быть обнаружено?
Can it be identified?
Может ли это быть определено?
Really do it now.
Сейчас делай это по-настоящему.
Find the fearful one.
Найди того, кто боится, полного страха.
For a very long time, we simply said, well, it's me.
Долгое время мы просто говорили, но это я.
And so we did not look any deeper than that.
Мы не смотрели глубже этого.
And so this fear continued to grow within your protection.
И этот страх продолжал расти вместе с твоей защитой. Ты защищала рост этого страха.
Because when you have this fear, it makes you feel vulnerable.
Потому что когда ты имеешь этот страх, это делает тебя уязвимой.
And so you protected it.
И ты защищаешь это.
Да, это похоже на то, что вот как идешь ну, вот в это пространство. То есть
It looks
идешь,
like when you go in this space,
идешь пространством,
go in space,
ну как бы пребываешь.
you are there,
И это происходит в динамике. То есть я, например, иду к тебе навстречу.
and it's in dynamic. It's happened during dynamic when I go to meet you.
Say again?
It's happening in dynamic. For example, when I go to meet you,
Yes.
Да, и в тот момент, когда вот уж я подхожу,
and in the moment when I come closer,
Come then, come.
раз,
Come.
подходите, подходите.
Yeah. Now you can give a live account. Okay? This one, take this
Теперь
one.
это вживую, по-настоящему, в реальности.
You can, okay, you can stay with me. Okay.
Ты можешь остаться со мной.
Okay.
ох,
О,
ну кто-то сейчас хочет убежать, да.
вот сейчас это...
I think we
Now
need
it's
a
one.
third translator or a second.
Now it's wanna run.
Huh?
Now it's wanna run away.
Now it's
Wanna run
it
away.
wants to run away. It wants to run away is the same as you want to run away?
То, что хочет убежать, это то же самое, что ты хочешь убежать.
Нет,
No.
нет, нет.
Okay. What do you want to do?
А что ты хочешь делать?
Хочу остаться.
I wanna stay.
You want to or you choose to?
Ты хочешь или ты выбираешь?
Выбираю.
I choose.
That's good.
Это хорошо.
Then the trouble is finished or not?
Тогда проблемы закончены или нет? No.
No.
Нет, но я чувствую это вот этого присутствия, этого страха, оно есть. Я его наблюдаю уже долго, но оно
I
до
feel
конца
the
не
presence
уходит.
of this fear. It is here, and I observe it long time.
Yes, you can continue feeding the fear by looking and identifying with the reaction of the fear.
Ты можешь продолжать кормить этот страх и отождествляться с реакцией на этот страх.
Or you can also leave it, let the reaction go on,
Или ты можешь оставить это, и пусть реакция происходит,
and you stay with me.
а ты оставайся со мной.
If you put attention to fear,
Ты обращаешь внимание на страх.
this is the force of identity
Это
acting
сила.
out, you see?
Это сила отождествления, когда ты обращаешь внимание на этот страх.
But if you say, okay, fear, throw your best punch,
Но когда ты говоришь, хорошо, страх, брось в меня свой самый большой камень или
But-
лучший удар.
do what you want,
Делай все, что ты хочешь,
but I'm here.
но я здесь.
В этот момент происходит как бы засыпание, и я очень
follow.
сильное отождествление.
I fall asleep in this moment, very strong identity.
Yes, yes.
Как глаза закрываются, я не могу видеть
My eyes close and I can't see
и воспринимать.
and perceive.
Your eyes close and you cannot see, but you see you cannot see.
Твои глаза закрыты, и ты не можешь видеть, но ты видишь, что ты не можешь видеть.
Yes. So you're deeper back than sight. You're more inside than sight, isn't it?
Потому что это значит, что ты намного глубже внутри.
Don't take the behavior of the mind and body as a reading of yourself.
Не принимайте поведение ума и тела, как будто бы это вы на самом деле.
Yes. Even if nothing is functioning,
Даже если ничего не функционирует,
there's awareness of the non-functioning.
есть наблюдение того, что ничего не функционирует, осознавание того, что ничто не функционирует.
That is your true place.
И это ваше настоящее местоположение.
When you know this, you will not feel lost.
Когда вы знаете это, вы не будете чувствовать потерянными.
So let everything happen,
Пусть все происходит,
but you're watching all of that
но вы наблюдаете за всем этим
from a very stable place,
с очень стабильного места,
which is not happening.
которое не происходит.
It's a stillness there.
Это стабильность, постоянство.
There's a silence there.
Там тишина.
You must acknowledge this.
Вы должны признать это.
You must bring your attention here.
Вы должны перенести туда свое внимание,
Yes. To the very root.
самые корни.
The root is root of the mind.
Корни, корни ума.
Yes. Same as heart.
То же самое, что сердце. Те же самые корни у сердца.
As long as the energy keeps going, it says, no, but whoa, look, oh.
Все время, пока энергия вот так вот мечется,
Then you'll feel unstable,
ты чувствуешь нестабильность,
you'll feel confused.
смущение.
And this is why something wants to control that.
И вот почему что-то хочет контролировать это.
It wants to control what makes you feel afraid.
Это хочет контролировать то, что делает тебя полной страха.
But when you're here,
Но когда ты здесь,
do you want to control anything?
ты хочешь что-то контролировать.
Нет.
Нет.
Ну,
Сейчас такое, когда я смотрю на тебя,
now when I look at you,
вначале очень сильно было ощущение, как будто это нереально, как будто это неправда.
at the beginning was a state like it's not real, it's not happening.
Оно чем глубже внутрь,
But as much as I go deeper,
тем реальнее становится
that more real it's
восприятие.
become.
Yes. Yes. The sense of deep is what brings you back to yourself.
Это ощущение глубины — это то, что приносит тебя назад к тебе настоящий.
There's more activity on the surface of the ocean,
Намного больше активности на поверхности океана,
but as you go more deep,
но чем глубже,
there's more silence, no?
тем больше тишины.
Там в глубине сжатие сильное очень.
Something contract inside.
Huh?
Something contract
Ну,
inside.
Something is
Она-
tight
она
inside.
Напряжение.
Tense.
Yes, yes. Don't identify.
Не отождествляйся.
Leave it.
Оставь это.
Yes. It's a hoax.
Hoax?
Hoax. It's not true. It's
Это
just
не
not
настоящее.
true. Yeah.
Я знаю.
I know this.
Yes, yes. So don't spend any time there.
Не проводи там время.
Just be in the stillness that is naturally here,
Будь в постоянстве, которое естественным образом там,
without identity. Don't identify.
без отождествления.
Don't identify even with stillness,
Не отождествляйся даже с постоянством.
and don't identify with you.
И не отождествляйся с собой.
What are you experiencing now?
Что
What
ты
happened?
сейчас ощущаешь?
Любовь.
Love.
Здесь раскрывается.
Внутри something open.
Open. And you can apply this to everything, in
И
fact.
ты можешь применить это ко всему.
Each time something by like a reflex habit wants to go to the activity,
Каждый раз у этого может быть рефлекс, привычка идти к этой вот непостоянной активности.
and you become personal.
И ты становишься личностью.
And that's why that becomes like a disturbed state.
И вот почему это приходит состояние беспокойства.
So don't go in the stream of those sensations.
Не иди в этот поток этих ощущений.
You have to be like a salmon that goes upstream.
Ты должна быть как рыбка, которая идет против течения.
Yeah, everything is going out, you go in
Все идет наружу, и ты идешь внутрь.
and stay here.
И оставайся там.
And still, you're not hiding,
Ты не прячешься.
looking, but not identifying.
Ты смотришь, но не отождествляешься.
With a little practice, it becomes easier and easier.
При небольшой практике это будет становиться легче и легче.
And after a while, you'll find that something doesn't go out with the noise.
И через какое-то время ты увидишь, что что-то уже не идет наружу за шумом.
Then, instead of control,
И вместо контроля
a great feeling of acceptance comes.
придет великое ощущение принятия.
Things are just happening according to their own laws,
Все происходит просто в соответствии с их собственными законами,
including the activity of this body.
включая активность этого тела.
So you have the sense, I am doing, yet
ощущ-
I am not doing.
У тебя есть ощущение «я делаю», и в то же время «я не делаю».
Yes. In the dynamic field, I'm doing, I'm going, but in the non-dynamic field, I am not doing, I'm simply here.
В динамическом поле все происходит, я делаю, но вне динамическом поле я здесь, ничего не происходит.
This is when duality and non-duality are one.
Это когда дуальность и недуальность, двойственность и недвойственность едины.
Да, это происходит так только в каких-то случаях, когда приближается истина.
It's happening in the cases when the truth come closer.
Вот этот контроль, он включается,
This control arises
когда совсем близко.
when it's very, very close.
Yes, yes. Actually, the truth does not move. It doesn't come close.
На самом деле истина, она не движется, она не приходит ближе.
If your attention is landing in it, your attention is coming close.
Это твое внимание, которое идет ближе, погружается.
And all the noise is burning off.
И весь шум сжигается.
Да, имея в виду, вот эта история, возникает отождествление, когда
I mean that this identity story happened when?
Я не знаю, как
Leave
это
all
объяснить.
that now.
I don't know what to
Leave all
say.
that now.
Оставь это все.
Don't tell any more stories.
Не рассказывай больше историй.
Yeah. Keep your room empty.
Оставь все свои комнаты пустыми.
Story means past.
Истории означают прошлое.
Yeah. Yeah. Good.
Хорошо.
Я люблю тебя.
Я люблю тебя. Спасибо.
Thank you.
Very good. It's the same like yesterday?
No,
No,
it never is.
it never is. Because I was leaving yesterday and I was saying, everything fine, everybody fine? And she goes, no, I went like this. And she went, I said, okay, tell me tomorrow. And now she said, I asked, it's same like yesterday? It never is. It never is. What's today's headlines now? Huh? Huh?
Yesterday, when you said, "Will you come and talk to me tomorrow?"
Yes,
I said, "I will."
yes.
And when you left, I realized talking to you meant coming up here.
Oh, you thought we were going to go quietly and sit down and...
And I was planning to hide.
Okay,
But for freedom, I don't want to hide anymore.
yes.
I've been hiding for long. As long the word long is.
I was speaking before and say that, sometimes you're trying to find the right person for a job. You have one job and maybe 50 people apply for this job. And everyone says, yes, me. And then when it comes, interview, okay, no, it's not this one. Then sometimes out of the 50, not even one. Sometimes like this. I myself also remember as a young man applying for one job, to make a mural, because I can paint and thing, but a mural in ceramic. I hadn't done much ceramic. But I felt I could do, yes, I could do. So I applied for it. I sent even some slides of my work, but mostly painting. And they say when you narrow down the field, what you call this thing? Shortlist. I was on shortlist. I was so terrified. I said, oh my God, I don't want this job. Because I can't do it. I don't think I could do it. If it was painting, I could make it. But with ceramic, I've not worked in this big a field, Why did I jump in and say, I'm your man? Then shortlist. I think there's like maybe 5 people. I'm one of them. In the end, I didn't go. I was terrified. I sent some little excuse. I was very glad to get away. Sometimes we say, who is here for this? Oh. So come, let's see what is in the way. And as we begin to look more deeply, sometimes people find that they have some treasured concepts, some little attachments they're not yet ready to look at even. It brings up fear and says, no, actually, I'll come back. I'll be back. I don't see them. You see? So I wonder also, people say, yes, I'm here for freedom, Mooji, I'm here. Also my master, he used to hear people write letters and they say, Papaji, I've left everything, Papaji, for freedom. I left everything, Papaji. And Papaji would laugh. I don't know anybody who wants freedom. And these letters have tears on them, tears. So I myself was saying, Papaji, come on, let her, give her the freedom. He's crying. And he would laugh. So why is he laughing? Later I found out. Because I say, freedom is free, but it's not cheap. And we're not talking about money. I'm talking about it costs you. The price of freedom, the cost of freedom is you. You have to become you without you. But it sounds, wow, what does that mean? Well, actually, it's such a great deal. It is such a great deal. Because what is you without you? What is the one that you must trade in? It's just a mighty nuisance, actually. But it's a very treasured nuisance. And this is why perhaps it seems to take time. Because you're thinking, why does truth, why does God want all my sweeties? But it's not like that. So this is why we have to look and say, okay, this thing is here, and it's very strong sensation, but something is keeping it here. I wonder what it is. Let's take a look. And we see that there's an attachment, some investment sometimes in something. Some things are just because you've not looked at them, you've never looked at it, and when you look at it, like, whoa, that was easy, whoa. I've been carrying around this old corpse, dead fish, in my pocket all my life. And I'm wondering why I can't meet anybody. I'm going on so many dates, but nobody wants to stay with me. And then I discover I got a dead fish in my pocket. For 15 years I'm carrying this fish, and I can't get the second date. First date, but no second date. That's what you're finding out. You're finding out you're a dead fish. Get rid of the dead fish.
I haven't been able to find myself.
You've not been able to?
Find myself. I don't know who am I.
Yeah, but I'm going to be honest with you now. Do you really feel for this question right now? Because you can come back again when you feel more. Or is it just kind of a gentle wave? Feels like a gentle breeze. I can't find myself. I cannot. Be
Now.
honest. Huh?
Now.
Now. Okay, say again for me.
Now.
Yeah, not now. I mean, like, really say what you want, because I feel right now we need to throw a grenade in the place. It's too nice in here. We need a beheading or something. Come on. As I come here now, I have to see, not that you have to demonstrate, no, but something energetically must correspond. Or I say, sit down a little bit and find your moment. Just like yesterday, in that moment I say, yeah, how are you? Good. She said, today you had to come up because I said, talk to me tomorrow, so you come up, but maybe it's not burning at the moment. So maybe I'll call you again. Or you put your hand up again when you think, yes, I'm coming for this. Okay? Okay, good.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. I feel that within myself there are unseen forces that need to be seen. I don't necessarily know what they are. Wrong ideas. So I guess one of them would be that, well, I'm not ready yet.
Yes.
I'm too complicated, I'm too neurotic still, I've still got healing that I need to do, and da-da-da-da-da. So that might be one. Or that I'm too rigid.
Would you say in your life you're generally quite happy and like this, or are you somehow pondering about these things often, or what brings you here today?
To the microphone.
Yes.
Well, to be honest, when I first sat down and you came, too close, I was thinking, I need to ask Mooji a question. I need to do it and get it out of the way.
Yes.
You know, because I can see that I'm thinking about it a lot. I need to ask Mooji a question. And I was finding that it was stopping me from hearing what you were saying with the First Lady. Because what you said for the First Lady was perfect for me, but somehow the mind kept coming in and trying to distract me, and, you know, it's like a lot of noise and everything's wanting to keep me from listening to what you're saying.
Yes.
And assimilating the simplicity of it.
Very good. I'm happy that you can point it out, expose it, because very often, you know, these energies are coming up inside. As I said to you, there seems to be a force within all of us that seems to work to keep your mind only on very basic things, basic life. You know, be here, find your aspiration in the earth mind and the earth realm, so to speak. And nothing's wrong with earth, nothing wrong. But the mind always just looking, searching for things which are perishable, things which are impermanent, states which come and go, and so on. And giving so much of the juice of your life to acquiring what is perishable, and yourself coming into a perishable state also. So I just ask that you look at that, and also something brought you here. Your own being came here because it feels, you know what, somehow my life can be better than this, yeah? This noise. And you say, my answer to the first questioner was for you, but somehow the mind is static, it's like this, but you're aware of this. Now I want to tell you how to do this. The fact that somehow let's call it the mind, or some energies are coming up that are distracting energies, or you feel distracted by them, and they are behaving in this way, no? these energies cannot come for your true self. Your true self is also here. They cannot come for your true self. Like if I could say that we are, three-layered. There's your inmost being, there's the body-mind sense of self, and there's your body or so. And the body is perishable, it belongs to time, like many things that you see, everything you see is affected by time and will transform through time. And mind is also always changing, it's very fluctuating, And so that also belongs to time, it's also an expression of time. But your inmost being, the place from which you can observe the functioning of both body and mind, does not belong to any category. It is not bound by time. It is timeless. And while there is time, and while there is the sense of yourself as an experiential, evolutionary being, use this time to discover your timelessness. You see, this is what all this is. This is what the opportunity here is. You see, and to experience that it is truly possible, and that it has become your experience. This is the whole point. That whatever thing else it is, and it is fine. It is fine to enjoy the changeful. It is enjoyed to give some time. It is fine to give some time pursuing a career or creative expression and so on for the joy of it. There's much joy in this creation, much joy in manifestation. But by itself, to not find the source of this joy, I feel is a missed opportunity. So here we say, let the joy be. Don't try and squash the joy. Let the joy happen spontaneously. But you go a bit deeper also and find the source of your own sense of self. That's what's happening. And it seems as though if your ambition, if your aspiration is for the things of the earth, then somehow you get on with it. But as soon as your attention turns to go beyond the limitation, the limited field of the elemental body and the elemental mind, then forces seem like, shh, don't listen, like, don't go, don't go there. The very fact that they arise means that you're onto something. And there's a preventative action taking place to block something. Don't give up, you see. Now I'm showing you how to be in this. This activity, as I said, is not for your inmost truth. It cannot intimidate your highest nature. It can only come and to try and distract the idea you have of who you are. Your present state of being, which has the capacity to go more into the world or to go more into the self, to turn. Sri Nisargadatta Maharaj used a very beautiful expression. He says, the sense of presence, the sense I am, it is like a door that swings one way into all manifestation and the other into the infinite. This door is the door of being. It is this door that is being pushed to swing towards the manifestation and to be in the manifestation. But its capacity, its capability, its capacity to turn towards the infinite, you see. And who will pass through this door? Your sense, you are the door, and you're also the one who passed through it. You are the door, and you are also the presence that will pass through this door. And something from mind energy is telling you, no, come on, you're being irresponsible to look like that. What value are these things? You see? And in a way, if you are smart, it is a good exercise because you have to contemplate, you have to ponder, you have to discriminate, you must discern, is this voice true? And to whom is it, you see? And this is, I refer to as you building spiritual muscle or developing the becoming more subtle in your powers to discern what is truth and what is untrue. What serves your awakening or which blocks your awakening. And the very fact that you even come to believe that there is a thing called awakening, that it is a possibility for a human being to recognize their Buddha nature or their Christ consciousness, the Christ light or the Shiva being or whatever we want to call it, it's the same thing, that it is in you to awaken to in such a complete way. I say, yes, you're here for this. You're standing on the cliff of your own existence. And you can turn back if you want. Behind is where you've come from. You've experienced that. It is already conquered ground. But this you must again find. How will you move when these feelings are, no, don't go any further. And this voice you know very well. It's not to be trusted, in fact. It brings up fear. It brings anxiety. It is always reminding you of your previous failures. It's telling you, don't go any further, to shrink into some fetal life. And another voice call you and say, come. Come, you see. This thing which is going, you must be aware of the difference between yourself and your mind. Yourself. You can be without the psychological mind, but it cannot exist without you. So you are the greater power. You see? But because your attention fluctuates between going with that energy or going here, so you're a prime target for business. Can it get your vote? Can it get your investment of your energy? So these forces are playing out for everyone, for every sentient being who has the power to reason or to discriminate. These forces will play. And it is at the very root of this existence, this play is like that. How are you now where do you move in this present moment now? Something is seemingly blocking. It can only, I say seemingly blocking, it cannot block you. It can only block you if you are somehow engaged with it. Like now you hear the dogs barking, you can say, oh, bloody dogs, somebody shut them up and whatever it is. And while you're engaged with, well, you're actually not giving attention to here. And sometimes in satsang, you're the most easy to distract some people. Dogs barking. We're at the gate of the key to the universe and your dog. Maybe even recording. I don't know. This barking dogs of the mind, you are aware of them. They're not you. They come and they go. They come and they go. If when they come, they somehow capture your attention, you see, and that becomes a habit, it means then you're fine until they show up. You don't want that condition. You see? So now when they come here, and you may find as you're listening, the mind start to come up like this type of energy again, distraction. Then you are to say, okay, as you did, you say, yes, they come up and it seems as though they're blocking my attentiveness, is being disturbed, I'm being distracted by them, you see? But you are aware of that movement and the pull, the magnetism to go as you have done in the past. But something wishes to stay here. And in the same way, as if you just meet a friend outside the bus station, you haven't seen for 15 years, very close friend, and they're catching a bus in half an hour, they're getting the next bus, and perhaps you'll never see them again. And you say, let's go and have a coffee.
He's distracting me now.
Yes. No, he's not distracting you, you are being distracted.
Yeah.
You see?
I'm just noticing.
Yes. So it's a difference between something is doing something to me, or I am giving my attention here. this one is distracting me. No, I am being distracted by that. It has no power. But something inside you say, oh, this thing is, no. When you know this, then your power stay with you. You're meeting a friend, they're just about to leave, time for coffee, you got 10 minutes. You go into a restaurant and it's full of people. There's a party in the restaurant, but there's nowhere else to go. And there's a table just for two of you. And everyone else is, music, bang, 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 everything is happening. Can you meet your friend and have an intimate time with them in that 10 minutes? Yes, you can. When it is most important, it is your highest desire. It will kill all other desires, and distractions will vanish. Because you're singular, it's important for you, and it opens up for you. And you'll have the most intimate time because you've chosen this. But when you're in a state of duality, then you'll feel more weak or more easily distracted. You see?
I think there's a sense of, I get pulled in different directions. But with regards to what arises, I think the reason it seems so loud is because there's a sense of feeling threatened by thoughts or feelings somehow. You know, because I think when I was younger, I was told, don't think that, don't do this, don't do that. So there's a sense of something's here and it feels threatening.
Gotcha.
Now
find out threatening to who or to what. This is maybe a new question for you, maybe, but threatening to who or to what? You must try and identify, because the reaction, the reflex is to go, well, it's for me. I said, yes, but zoom in a bit more and see who is this me that we're speaking about. You see? You say like, this thing arises and it pulls me about. No, it pulls your attention, not you. And you're going to come to see you are different from your attention, because you are able to say, my attention is very restless at the moment. You and your attention, different thing. Attention is a function in you. It functions for you. But without you, there's no attention. You are there first before every function. And therefore, you're the one who watches them. As soon as you become aware of this, then you won't feel pulled about. You can say, you are the one who watches attention, the focus of attention, and the distractedness of attention. Your energy behind from where they come. As soon as you begin to acknowledge this and to be with this, those noises, those pulls will become weaker. Eventually, you will not even be distracted by them. And you'll feel much more centered. Concepts and ideas will not disturb you because you are here. When you don't feel sitting inside your own center, you'll feel easily destabilized, easily pulled away. Now, you're here. Noises are happening there, some sounds are happening here, some thoughts come up, and attention wants to go there, but you're here. And you can speak and say, yes, I can feel there's an energy that wants to go here. Yes? But that's not a command to you, it is an invitation to you. It is not a command. It's going. And I'm over here. Sorry. Okay, now I'm okay. You see? That's okay. 1 or 2 times okay. But all your life, no, not okay. Not okay that we are so easily called off. Sometimes this force will work through your friends even. You want to be here, but they're telling you, no, this is not good for you. Come, let's go over here. And you must discern whether this voice, those voices are true or not. Where do you go for confirmation? You go here. You go back to your empty place. You go to the place without history, before history. It has no history. It has no relationship. You come back to your place of being. And you just be here. You're not here hiding out. You're not here escaping. You're just here. And when you're here, your view becomes much more authentic. You're in your best position. What I said a few days ago is you may take one path to go to the top of a mountain, but when you're on the top of the mountain, you can see all paths. You must go to the top of your mountain, mean to go here, to be here, in the height of yourself. And from there you can see these voices and you can determine whether you want to give energy to them or not. You're in that place of power, not disempowered, but in a place empowered by your own centeredness.
Yeah. As you're speaking, I'm becoming aware of like the, like the light in front of the eyes, or the, when you close your eyes and you see the blackness or whatever.
Yes.
It's like as I'm looking, I'm becoming more aware of that. That's
Yes.
closer to me, I
Yes.
guess.
Yes. Let's start from there. Now, in this closed eye state or whatever it is, now you're coming now in a sense of vastness. Let's say that kind of vastness. But even this, don't identify with it. You see, it is also only you are aware of this also. Don't identify, just perceive. If the vastness should become flooded with light, something may feel, oh, this is so wonderful. Notice that wonderfulness, but don't identify. Just keep being here. I told a story of one yogini. She was meditating, and in her meditation, at some point in the meditation, she began to hear this sounds, music. And it was the most exquisite sensation. This music, it was like no music that no Tchaikovsky or Beethoven could make. It is most beautiful. He says, whoa, this is beautiful, it's beautiful. But it cannot be what I am, because I am here to hear it. And so she let it go. And after a time, the most beautiful colors come arising. So full, so iridescent, so beautiful, sparkling with luster, Oh, it's magnificent. It's like a living garden that the most beautiful flowers and colors are coming. And she said, oh, this is so beautiful, so beautiful. But I am here to perceive them. They cannot be what I am. And so she did not combine herself with it. She stayed again into her emptiness. After this time, beings shaped out of light are floating towards her to caress her. Oh, it's beautiful to be in the arms of these celestial divine beings are coming to hug her. And she's completely... But at some point she says, this is awesome, this is beautiful, but it cannot be what I am, because I am here to perceive them. Then everything vanish. Everything vanish. The mind might say, well, look, celestial beings, grab them. But you say, no, experience, be there, but don't combine. Stay. They are still appearing in the witnessing field of yourself. Yourself is here. It is not flesh and blood and bones. It has no form, in fact. You are perceiving everything. You are the formless appearing in form. You are finding this out.
I'm just aware of the looking.
Yes. Yes.
But that still feels narrow in a way. So looking inside,
Yes.
it still seems like there's a narrowness to the looking.
Well, there is even awareness of your looking inside. There's even an awareness of the attempt to look inside and the feeling of who you are trying to look inside. And the thing you're trying to look inside to find even is all inside a greater awareness that is not looking inside. Where is the location of that which is able to perceive inside and outside. You are able to see, okay, turn your attention inside and you have an experience. Okay, go back outside and you have an experience. Who are you? Where is your place? Inside or outside? You're neither inside nor outside. You're beyond these parameters, these boundaries. The capacity to look and to confirm that, okay, even this seeing is narrow, you said now. So even the seeing is perceived. Don't watch for the pictures that are being formed in your mind, however subtle they are. They are not you. They're not what you are. They're not the essence. There are no images. You cannot take a photograph of the self.
There's a sense that the looking for it is, I don't know if I'd say it's a problem, but looking for the formlessness or for what I am.
Actually, as I said to someone yesterday, this looking was important for a long time. It brought you on a journey to search, and that searching was important. It brought you here. But the search must end in somewhere. You don't have to be an eternal seeker. The search must end somewhere, isn't it? But be careful not to say, okay, as from today, I'll stop seeking. Because who are you who will be stopping seeking? When you have arrived at the correct place, your seeking will fall away by itself. But if it is determined through the mind, it will not be true. So, you say, actually, there's a point where my very seeking for something becomes problem. It is true thing. It just, now you're aware, first you're aware that you're searching for something and you're looking for the something. But at a certain point, at a certain stage of maturing, you have come to see, but maybe my wanting it is the problem in a sense. It could be. Now my continued wanting is not needed. I am here. I tell you a beautiful account. Papaji is a direct disciple of Sri Ramana Maharshi. When he first met the Maharshi, one of the conversations that arose was that Papaji used to have visions of playing. He used to play with Krishna in the form of Gopal. He was having these visions. And he felt, I have had this vision, you see. And he grew up with a certain cynicism towards many spiritual people, religious people. He always felt that they are full of just study but not experience. And he was always asking the sadhus when they come to beg for things, do you know God? Have you seen God? And he felt nobody could really give him a satisfactory answer. At a certain point, he met one man who came. He was also passing, and he says, hey, Swamiji, I give you something, but do you know God? Have you ever met God? So the Swami said to him, I have not met God, but I know someone who has met God who can help you. Yes, where is he? He's in a certain place called Tiruvannamalai. Tiruvannamalai. There's a mountain, holy mountain called Arunachala. You will find him there. So many years passed and Papaji forgot about this, but in his mature life, in his adult life, he happened to be working, I think maybe in Mysore or something. He had an opportunity to go and visit, and he heard that there was a saint, so he went. We went to Ramana Ashram, and when he got there, he found sitting on this bed, when the man he was searching for turned out to be the same sadhu that he met many years before, that he asked, have you seen God? And the sadhu said, I have not seen God, but I can tell you somebody who has seen God, who can help you. Turned about the same sadhu. And he says, I don't believe you. You charlatan, no? He said this, no? The same sadhu. Why didn't you tell me this when you were up there, you little fox? You see? So actually, the Maharshi had never been to where Papaji was. He had never been there. But anyway, Papaji had a bit of an attitude about him, no? And he was questioning him. First, he asked Maharshi, have you seen God? Maharshi says, God cannot be seen as an object because God is the one who sees. Papaji, it was shock, shock for him. He had not thought of it like this. They had some conversation. At another point, Papaji said to him, when he was much more humble, he said to him, Sir, I used to play with Krishna and even Rama and Sita used to appear to me. But now they don't come. Why is this? Why? Gods used to come, they play with me. I've been meditating now in the cave for some time and they don't come anymore. So Ramana asked him, how did you come here? So I said, well, I took a train. Where did the train come to? He said, the train came to Tiruvannamalai. When the train came to Tiruvannamalai, what happened? He said, well, it stopped and I had to get one rickshaw or cart. And then what happened? I took the cart and I came here. And then what happened to the cart? Well, the cart turned around and went back. And then what happened? Then I came to see you. He says, well, in the same way, the train took you to Tiruvannamalai because that's as far as it could go. It couldn't help you any further. And from there you took rickshaw. The rickshaw took you to ashram. And it stopped at the gate. It could not go any further. And it went back. It could not help you anymore. And then you came here. In the same way, some experiences you have take you a certain distance, they can't come any further. Then you must go further. And then you come to this point. So in the same way with you, some things were useful. The desire to know the truth must happen inside the heart. And it kept you looking. At a certain point, it brought you to a stage when you're looking and you're saying, I think my looking for it is becoming a problem. So now, where are you looking from to say that maybe my very desire to find the truth maybe is supporting my sense of separation? Maybe my desire to be one is affirming that I am two. My desire to meet you is affirming I'm separate from you. As Rumi say, I think, or Hafiz, my idea of you is what caused me to feel separate from you. You're saying now, maybe the idea now is no longer useful. Who speaks this thing? Who can confirm now that this searching for something perhaps is, where has it brought you now? In order to say something like this that you've just said now, where must you be to admit something like that? Maybe now my still wanting to find the truth is standing in the way. It must have revealed something in you. What is it that is revealed for you to say something like that?
I wanted to say that I'm in the center, that's what, I don't know.
You're in the center as what? What is your size? What is your shape? What is your name here? What is your form? You can say, we're in this hall, and there's two things. There's a hall and we in it. Are you in the center like that? As someone in the center?
Yeah, I don't know really.
Don't use your mind so much now. Don't use your mind at all. Who are you here now? Who or what are you? Don't go to the mind. Anything tangible? Any shape? Is it male or female?
Okay, I'm just aware of a bit of a sense of pressure to come up with the answer for myself.
Yes. Okay. Who is pressured by this? Who is feeling pressure? Have a little courage. It is your chance. Don't let psychological self-consciousness cause you to miss your chance. It's not a pressure, you see. It's opportunity. The mind is saying it's pressure. The mind says, oh, I feel pressure, get away. But it's an opportunity, you see. Why I'm asking? Because you're right here. You're right at the place. Don't turn back now. Don't hold on to any form at all. Why? Because you don't need to. If you don't hold on to any ideas or any intention, any form, now where are you? For once, take a look. Take a good look. And so that you are very clear that you didn't make this up. What is here?
Blackness.
Blackness is seen.
Is it to retract the attention?
No, we're on the right path here.
Okay.
Blackness is seen. What sees blackness? Can this be seen? You see, your words have become more subtle. They're not objects anymore. It's not flowers and trees. Now it's more like space, like blackness, or something like this, void, because your mind has become very subtle. Now, what is perceiving blackness, you see? Can this be perceived? Is it perceivable? Experience your answer. Don't just give me concept, you see? It is everybody's question. And you don't need imagination also. Are you form or formless? Tangible or intangible? Visible or invisible? Only you can confirm, you see. Each one in this room, you are alone now. You are alone now with this question, you must be alone now for a moment. Leave everything for a moment. This is your most auspicious opportunity. Don't give this question to your mind. And I'm not searching for a conceptual or mental answer. Allow the question to open up. It is a revelation more than a structured answer. Darkness is perceived. Space itself is perceived. Emptiness also is perceived. That which perceives even emptiness, can it be perceived? In what direction is it? It has no distance. All your life, your earth mind has been running away from this question. It was not ready for this question, but now you can hear it, this question. It is your divine mirror, this question. The seeing of all things, including your life and the lives of every being that appear in your consciousness. You have seen. You have seen. But you who have seen, can you be seen? Can you point to any object, however subtle, and say, yes, this is me? You're in a state of stillness, of silence now. Any movement is detected, but not identified with. Nothing is troubling you. Nothing can trouble you. Because you are now in the unity of being. You are who? That which is not what is changing in front of you. Can it change? Can it go away? Can it fade? You're in the right position to answer this question inside your heart. When your eyes are open, will it have gone? Did it come? Can it leave? For the first time in your life, you are finding this out truly. Your own intelligence is your mirror.
Thank you.
Yes. Is this an experience that, oh, I had this experience? Your mind wants to say, oh, that was nice for a minute. Yeah, I'd like to do that again. But that's a lie. You didn't do anything at all. You didn't go there. You are here. This is your deepest place. from where seeing and perceiving, the function of them proceeded from here. It is the womb of perception. It is not a form, and it's not subject to change. But I want you to confirm this for yourself. This single exercise of introspection can be enough for you. Don't let your mind say, "I want more, I want more." It's not more. It's understanding, and using the light of this understanding to see if that which sees seeing can be seen. It will lead you to ultimate experience, direct experience, unfading, to find that which is not subject to time. You are told you are eternal, but you must know that for yourself. You cannot merely know this as an idea, as belief. It must be confirmed. How? Or you are graced in such a way that your belief and your experience are one. Your present state, how long will it last? If you identify with anything that you perceive, even the most beautiful feeling, it may go. All that you see, all that you imagine or remember, or imagine, project, one day will be gone. One moment will be gone. But something will witness its absence. Where is that? I want to thank you for coming. Make use of what you see. I feel that you are a perfect candidate for freedom, in fact. Don't treat it so lightly, because this mental agitation that comes and so on is not your true nature. These things come to try and somehow to see if you will buy them, and by purchasing them, meaning become interested and involved in them, you miss your chance to find what you're discovering now and what you have discovered now.
I just noticed a bit of pride when you said that, so
Yeah.
I just want to say.
This is good. This is good.
Yeah.
Yes, don't buy into it. If people come and say, you're so peaceful, you're so silent, you're the most silent person I've ever seen. Something inside going, yeah. Don't buy it. Don't buy it. Just hear it. Thank you. Don't buy into anything, even if it's more beautiful. I'm not saying there's a sense of pleasure, a sense of joy. This is fine. But don't, what is pride? You say, a sense of pride. You chop him. No, don't want him. Stay neutral. And your neutrality will neutralize everything. Bring them back to their essential nature, their fundamental nature, you see. Which you may still enjoy in the play called life. Enjoy. For its momentary here and goneness. Enjoy. It is fine. Some here and goneness can be stretched over a duration of years, some for a moment. Time is a very subjective thing for us. Some beings come and you have a total existence only in a few hours. Others for hundreds of years.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I just quickly come and hold your hands? I'll be quick.
Okay, come. You? Huh? Nice to see you. Yeah. Very good.
I want to get it this time.
Yes, stay with it. Stay with it. Yeah. I feel it. Very good. Thank you. Very good. Very good. Love you too. Very good.
Namaste, Mooji. Can I ask translation?
Yes. What language?
Russian.
Russian.
Я хотел поделиться тем, что я чувствую на сатсанге, то, что я переживаю.
I want to share what I feel, what I experience during satsang.
Sorry, it's a little echoey for me, or I'm not hearing the words, a bit blurred. Yes,
I
again?
want to share with you what I feel and experience during satsang.
Yes.
Я пропустил все русские сатсанги, которые были. И когда я увидел первый раз тебя на видео, я почувствовал, что вот что-то есть такое, что сильно резонирует во мне.
I miss all Russian satsang that was before, and when I saw first time you on video,
Yes.
I feel something that resonates inside me with you.
Yes.
Я не могу назвать, что это, но когда я пытаюсь это назвать, у меня возникает вот эта телесная реакция, то есть начинают литься слезы, и присутствуя здесь на сатсанге, я чувствую вот это. И
Могу я перевести это?
и все время это продолжается.
I can name what it is, but when I try to
Slow down for me. It's begin.
I can't tell what is it. I can give a name to this,
Yes.
but when I try to describe, it's some body reaction, the shaking and tears coming. I don't know what is it.
Gotcha.
И я понимаю, что я ищу этого. Это то, что я хочу. Я хочу быть с этим. Я хочу быть этим.
I understand that I look that. I want to be with that. I want to be that.
But you are already in the position of that.
Но ты уже в позиции этого.
In that moment, you are already in the position of that.
В этот момент ты уже в позиции этого.
Then from the mind comes, I want to be this.
И тогда из ума приходит, я хочу быть этим.
Maybe because the sensation is that after a while, the sense of coming away from this
Может
happens.
быть, потому что есть ощущение, что через какое-то время я буду дальше от этого, я уйду от этого.
Ну, так и происходит, да. То есть, когда это есть, то я один с этим. А когда какое-то время проходит, или, например, с утра я просыпаюсь, этого нет, и опять я оказываюсь в разделенности, в дуальности.
That's what happening actually. When I'm in that, I'm the one with that. But when sometimes pass, for example, in the morning when I wake up, there is the feeling of duality again.
Yes. The feeling of duality must have underneath it a non-dual base. If you can perceive the sense, okay, now this sense, what you're saying is the sensation is experienced as duality, but it is being perceived from my non-dual self, no?
Гуруджи говорит, что ощущение дуальности под ним есть ощущение недуальности, недвойственности. И то, что ты говоришь, что ты можешь ощущать это. Оба эти состояния ты можешь ощущать.
Ну да, это так.
Look, throughout every changeful state,
Через все состояния изменений, все состояния, которые меняются,
whether it's in a space like this,
возможно, это в этом пространстве,
or you're walking by yourself along the Ganga,
или ты прогуливаешься сам по себе вдоль Ганги,
or eating lunch some restaurant,
или ты ешь свой обед в ресторане,
or waking up first thing in the morning,
или ты просыпаешься утром,
the same underlying state is there,
под всем этим есть одно и то же ощущение.
a sense of neutrality.
Это ощущение нейтральности.
Yes. But it is overlooked
Но этому не так много уделяется внимания.
because energy and belief is in the form of personhood.
Потому что энергия и вера, верование идет в форму личности.
Which is a sensation that feels intimate,
И это ощущение, которое кажется очень интимным, очень близким.
yes, but the underlying state is of silence.
Но под всем этим есть ощущение тишины,
It's impersonal,
неличностное.
yes, and it is so for everyone, in fact.
И это так для всех.
But we really are reporting from our identified state,
Но мы докладываем из нашего состояния отождествленности, то, что мы рассказываем обычно.
and differing states of mind,
И разных состояний ума.
yes, and that's why we appear to be so different.
Вот почему мы проявляемся так по-разному.
But that difference is only superficial; it is not essential.
Но эта разница, она очень поверхностная, она не внутренняя, не глубинная.
Я хочу спросить,
I wanna ask,
мне надо что-то делать, потому что когда я пытаюсь быть одним с этим, я чувствую, что я становлюсь дальше от этого.
should I do something? Because when I try to be the one with it, I feel that I became further from this.
Yes, because you're trying to be it is not as good as your affirmation that you are already it.
Да, потому что то, что ты пытаешься быть единым с этим, это не настолько хорошо, как твоя убежденность, что ты уже есть это.
As in the example of the previous questioner,
Как пример с предыдущим вопрошающим,
who said, my wanting to find it is creating a sense of a sort of division between myself and what I'm seeking.
он сказал, что мое желание быть единым с этим создает ощущение разделенности с этим.
So best advice, keep quiet.
Лучше всего, лучший совет — оставайся в тишине.
Don't hold on to any identity
Не держись ни за какие отождествления,
or to any form of perception.
ни за какие формы восприятия.
Yes. But don't suppress your senses.
Но не сжимай свои ощущения.
Just look.
Просто смотри.
But looking out from this sense of vastness,
Но смотри из этой пустоты, из этой широты.
the things you perceive will not disturb you.
И все, что ты воспринимаешь, не будет беспокоить тебя.
Yes. And still your life can manifest a fluidity and a sensitivity and a spontaneity.
И твоя жизнь все равно будет проявляться в потоке, в ощущениях, в спонтанности.
It is not an inhibited state.
Это не какое-то постоянное сжатое состояние.
Thank you.
Спасибо.
Spasiba. Very good.
Thank you. Namaste, Guruji.
Namaste. darling.
Thank you so
Thank
much
you. Thank you.
for giving me this chance.
Yeah.
I didn't think I'd come here and cry. I was just waiting for my turn to ask the question, and I couldn't help myself. Every time I'm around you, this it is so much love I feel coming from you. I just want to thank you because it is. I know I was called. I did not plan to come here. It just happened. Everything fell into place, and even though this is the first time I'm meeting you,
Yes.
it does not feel like the first time. What you said that day, whatever you say, it just melts in my heart. And Guruji, the thing is, I am going back tonight. So I thought I must muster up the courage to stand here in front of you and ask. I'm really scared of the fact that when I'm in your presence, there is my mind does not trouble me so much. There is a lot of peace and warmth, and I feel more connected with myself.
Yes.
But I have to go back, and going back feels there's a lot of sadness that comes up when I think of going back, and I fear, what if I forget? How will I resume my normal life without letting my mind interfere? Because I have exams to take, I have to hunt for a job, I have to sustain myself. There's so many, all these ideas come up when I think of going.
Yes. You're being disturbed by the ideas itself also. And then just let your body go back and leave your mind with me. Or I come with you. You know, it reminded me, actually, there was something that I read also in the Bible. No, it was very beautiful. Huh? And it said that Jesus was speaking with some of his disciples, and he was saying, don't worry about these things. Don't worry about these things. Because he said, look at the flowers that grow in the field. Look how beautiful they are. That not even King Solomon, in all of his beautiful garments and beauty, could compare with the simple flower that's only here for a few days and then withers away. Or consider the birds that are flying about. They don't labor, they don't have insurance and things like this, but somehow the Supreme feeds them, takes care of them. How much more will it take care of you, you see? So, but he said, seek first the kingdom of God, which is within you, and all these things will come by themselves. If you have to produce them based on yourself as a person, that is a mighty work. You see, because no one knows. You don't know what the next 5 minutes will be. You don't know if you'll be fired from work. You don't know if you have an accident and can't finish your exams. We don't know anything at all. We are living on wishful thinking and assumption. You see? But it says, seek first the kingdom of God. Seek first the truth of your own inmost being. And you will observe that all these things will be taken care of. Your mind will be more pure. Your mind will be also function for the task that you have at hand. You see? Because the nature, what is different about this, normally we are studying, and even you go to university and you study. Sometimes you put tremendous energy to study, but whatever you've learned, you will not retain. You just study enough to pass exams mostly. You see? But in my world, it's like I don't worry for these things, but they come. And whatever is happening in front, I never plan or have any strategy or technique for them. There's like a total, you can say, trust. And when they come, somehow something comes up spontaneously, appropriately to address them. And when it has accomplished that mission, it just again go back into silence. I am not carrying around a bag of techniques in my life. And you who come to me, I will tell you the same thing. You see? Not don't care about. No, have care, but don't pressure yourself. Don't put the world on top of your head. This is what I found out. When I was a young boy, I loved drawing. And one time I saw a picture. I don't know if it is an ancient Greek picture or something. I don't know who this man is. But he had the world on his head. I think they called him Atlas or something.
Yes.
And he was like this, the poor guy. But I liked the picture. I used to draw him. I could draw it from memory after a while. Many years later, I came to see another figure, but this one was standing on the earth, on the world, dancing. I think it's called Nataraj, no? Okay? So one is the person. The person is carrying the world on their head. He can't even look up. The other one is dancing. You see? He represents spirit. One is matter, one is spirit. And in fact, this life, this opportunity, this place, something you must trust brought you and enabled you to be here. You see? As Rumi say, whoever brought me here must take me home. Isn't it? A simple trust. And something is here, it is going to stay with you. I am going to stay with you also. And you will see how it is, because you have trust. I want the higher good for myself. I want the higher good for all. No? You say in your heart, I just want what is true. I want to be myself. That is the highest, this is the highest desire. And that desire is going to burn a lot of other desires which are not in service to the true. Of course, many desires, they don't leave a bad smell. They are just the desire that keeps life flowing. But if you feel, I'd love to be here. I love how I feel when I'm here. I feel myself. I feel relaxed and open to life. No? And but in a few days, I'm expecting hard work and intensity, and I'm going to forget this. And I don't want to forget this. So, you won't. You won't forget it. It hasn't forgotten you. It will be with you. Something will be with you. I never ask people, give up your work, give up your... We don't have to say this. Be with your family, do what you have to do. But you be here. And everything will be fine. I don't say everything is going to be a bed of roses. You don't need bed of roses. We don't need bed. We need a little trouble also. Helps you to, to exercise your spiritual muscle of discernment and to look and to see, But you're not exchanging who you are for truth, because who you are and truth are one. This is why you feel so comfortable to be in a space like this. You feel love, you feel peace. These are the real wealth of a human being. To be content, peace, wisdom, spontaneity, laughter, joy, but also the capacity to feel sorrow and pain, but not to be overwhelmed by them. You see? So let go inside with your mind fixed on the higher being, on the supreme being, and it will take care of you.
Mooji, I feel these, even since I'm here, I feel extreme emotions. Either I'm so happy. After satsang, I also am so happy. I find it very difficult to contain that joy. or I'm so sad that I'm crying, crying, crying. And yesterday you were talking about Sahaj Samadhi and neutrality, and I'm thinking, but oh my God, I'm either here or there. So
I was talking about
Sahaj Samadhi and
Sahaj Samadhi.
emptiness and
Yes, yes,
neutrality.
yes.
And I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm either on this end of the spectrum or that end. And
Yeah, yeah. Uh, you're neither this one nor that one. And you are this one and that one. You are and you're not. These feelings, they come and go, but they're impermanent. They come and go. They are waves. Enjoy them, experience them with open eyes. You don't have to look out at life from under the bed. You don't have to be looking out. No, you can look, but look from your centeredness. Be in that stillness. It is there, in fact, in order to see the polarities, you must be also here. We had a great friend of ours came and spent some days at Monte Sahaja, and sometimes the night sky is so glorious. It's like the stars are like jewels, they're like diamonds. You can pick them out. They're so clear at night. And he's a filmmaker, and he spent a good few hours photographing the sky. And then he compressed all those hours into 30 seconds. And we were watching, and first it included also the ground of Monte Sahaja and the heaven, and we are seeing all these lights, like streams of light in Monte Sahaja. So what is that? What's all these lights? Are they traffic? You see? And they said, no, it's people with flashlights walking. But speeded up, they look like this. And then in the sky, you could see the heavens are moving. Everything is turning, like revolving. Except one star, the polar star. Huh? Then I looked and I said, yes, you must be the polar star. You must be the polar star in the heavens. Your heart is the polar star, the North Star. Everything is revolving, but relatively it is still. You are the stillness around whom all this is moving. You only have to recognize and confirm that, to acknowledge and to love that. And nothing will trouble you. Everything is the flow of time. Everything is coming and going. Including even this body is like a burning candle. But there's a flame inside that never goes out. So you fix your attention on that and leave the rest to God. Everything is fine.
can I please come hug you?
Yeah, come. Okay, okay. You see Lakshmi, you can tell her that. Okay? Very good. Very happy to see you. Very good. Okay. Is it sweetie? Huh? Is it sweeties? Is it sweeties?
Sweetie?
Is it sweets?
No, portrait. I made.
Okay, good.
Sorry.
It's okay. I thought I was being private for a moment, but okay, good. Okay. Who is it? Who is it? To come in. Okay, someone come. Thank you.
Guruji, I just wanted to say what I'm not afraid to go home.
Yes.
Last year, I also was here for the last 3 weeks, but I didn't listen to you. I didn't understand your words. But when you asked the question, can be seer be seen?
Yes.
Was some deep fire just arose here,
Yes.
and all this hole was in this fire, and my mind just doesn't understand anything what is going on here with me,
Yes.
and I don't want to understand.
Yes. It is okay if you feel you don't understand for a bit, because very often, misunderstanding happen first. Sometimes misunderstanding happen first, and gradually you come into understanding. And there have been people who have come also to satsang, and for 3 months they don't understand what's going on. I don't understand what's going on. What is he talking about? They say, why you come? No, I just have to come, but I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. And I said, okay, you keep coming. There are people who come to satsang, don't speak any English. Now we are having something, you can listen and so on. But there are people who come some satsang, sometimes 2 months, 3 months, they don't speak even English. So definitely they don't understand by word what is happening. But once was asked one lady who was coming to satsang every year, why you come? You don't speak English. She says, I don't know, my heart just have to come and be here, I have to be here. We used to have one donkey called Vibhuti in Montesaja, and always watching satsang. She watched satsang, and even when I'm traveling, they filmed her, watching satsang on internet. Because everybody's watching satsang on internet, and she's watching, and sometimes she kind of has some trouble, And so she's having reactions just like people. And then sometimes when she's too much, she pees herself, But she still stays and she looks. So she also came satsang. So it's not only by the words. Energetically something is happening. Energetically something is happening also. And now you say something, your question found you, you see. This question, can the perceiver be perceived? It is your question. And it's amongst the highest questions that can be asked in the human kingdom. When you're able to feel something for this question, you see, there's nothing more direct of a question than this. Most questions that we ask are, I would call, objective questions, and can be satisfied with objective answers. But this is truly a subjective question, you see. You first admit in your life all that you've seen or understand or embraced or think or believe as what has presented itself in front of you, who perceive them. Or your mind, you may say, it's my mind. Because I once asked somebody, who is looking out from behind those eyes? And one man say, conditioning is looking out. And I say, what is conditioning looking out? And he said, that I cannot say what it is. You have come now, and you say this question has punched its way into your being. That which perceives everything, even the most subtle things. As I said before, some sensations, they are so subtle, there are no terminology, there's no words for them, yet they show up in front of you. You perceive them. Who is this you? That which is perceiving everything, including your personality, your memories, your sense of your life, your ambition, your you. can it be perceived? And this is a folding question. It completely turns the attention back. The attention is going out through the five senses and through the mind. But this question invites a turnaround. From where is this coming? Who or where is that perceives even perceiving? The fact goes before the discovery even. The fact is, all is perceived. All is perceived. What perceives? That which perceives, can it be perceived? And if so, by what? And this question, you needn't touch any other question. If this question comes for you, you don't need to go to any other questions. Many other questions will come and say, look, I have the answer, but you must throw them away. You must go home and you must sit inside your bag and you must marinate with this question. And you must look and see, what is it? What is this question throwing up? What is it revealing? What is here? And it cannot merely be a conceptual answer. It cannot merely be a mental answer, because that is also perceived. It's not the perceiver. So something is going to cancel itself out. Some cancellation is going to happen. Not an addition only, not merely a subtraction. There's going to have to be some canceling out. You don't need any sadhana. Nothing else is needed but your introspection. And stay with it. Then I want to see. Maybe you don't even have to speak. But when what this question invites happen, I will see you. Sometimes it is not your presence that is attractive, it is your absence. I used to say, the Satguru throws you out of yourself and replaces your absence. Satguru throws you out of yourself and replaces your absence. But your absence is your full presence. Who can understand this thing? Yes, yes. Then in you my heart delights. That this is emerging within our hearts, that you can begin to confirm yourself, then this life is really something. And it really offers something. If human beings can come to such a place of self-recognition, not merely a mental or intellectual or psychological conviction, but a death and a life. Yeah. Maybe this is the true resurrection. Give some time to this. Give some time to this, to sit with this. It may just be a few seconds. It may reveal itself in just a few seconds. It may take longer, but you've found your truest opportunity. Oh, mind might say, oh, you're going to explode, spontaneous combustion, all kind of things. It is not true. It is your greatest moment. It is your greatest aliveness. To be free from the psychological influence of the mind, from the hypnosis of psychological conditioning, from false identity, from the tightness of limited conceptualizations, to be truly free and natural, open, unafraid, kind, peaceful. Oh, the personalities, remnants from personality will perhaps take a little time to stabilize in this new seeing. But you have crossed over. We have to be cured of the ailment, the illness, or the disease of false identity, egoic identity. Otherwise, whatever we achieve is always changing. And if you can accept that, that's healthy too. This is fine. But we have a sense that we are working to make stable what by nature is unstable. We are working in the effort of the body-mind field to make absolutes in the land of the relative. It is fine. It is the nature of life. It has been happening for thousands of years. The ways of the mind are ancient, but you are timeless. You must know it. And in this way you are discovering. And of course, there will be uneasiness. There will be too muchness. Moments of that will come. It is okay. Your being is wriggling. You're giving birth to yourself. And the contractions have started. So some want to get out. And they often want to get out at the most auspicious time. The mind is going, the chai is hot. Come. You have to be able to hold your ground. Not force. Not asking you force. No, we are not dealing with force. Why should it not be also a joy? Why should awakening to the truth not be a joy? Why should it be force and sweaty and pain? I don't know this pain. I have no pain to give you.
It is not a force.
Hmm?
It is not a force.
It is not a force. Very good.
I didn't expect it will be so. I cannot find the right words.
Yes. Something has begun to deconstruct. Some maybe wrong tendencies or something, they will continue to deconstruct. Your consciousness becoming brighter and brighter. Yes.
And here, there is no difference between standing here by the microphone or being in my room listening. Well,
Yes.
there's the same presence everywhere.
Yes. Good. Still come to satsang.
I do.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Very good.
Hi, Mooji.
Hi. Where did you come from?
It is really intimidating up here.
Huh?
It is really intimidating up here.
Oh, okay.
But in relation to the giving birth, and it's like I have this feeling of wanting to throw up or scream or really deeply express, and it's that tends to be where, in relation to sensation and mind, that essence of becoming, that is the thing that drags attention from being or with being or however it is.
Are you saying that even this compulsion or the sense of I'm going to throw up or I want to scream or something, that it is just a sensation? Also. But if you feel you need to scream, you can have a scream.
It's as if that in trying to find a way to express myself that has all of me in it. What does it mean to speak truth? What does it mean to have all myself going one way, as opposed to multiple ways or so? And the finding.
It's not quite like that. Let's get that right.
Okay.
First of all, I would say that as you are discovering your true self, your mind becomes very open, your way very flexible, very wide. You're not narrow-minded. And yet at the same time, your path can seem straight. Another one can seem like this, but it's still straight. It depends how you look. This is why I try not to put any kind of thing to standardize, because the mind wants to say, okay, that's the model, that's what we're working with. But you're free. You see? It is not how that behaves in the manifest world, that too, because in the dynamic field, I mean, it is there in a way as a demonstration ground of what you say you are. It's like if you, as I gave the example, somebody brings you a beautiful, beautiful chocolate cake, and then you taste it and it tastes like sardines. It's not really the real thing. So people sometimes say, yes, I'm free, and this, and I'm only this. And then in their behavior, you see that they're very tight and really judgmental. So it doesn't tally up. But I don't want to put so much emphasis on the outer expressions, more to guide the mind back to the source, that it knows and acknowledges that. And then somehow it reemerges in a different way. The play may continue outwardly, but inwardly, there's no saboteur in here. Everything becomes more peaceful, more quiet.
Then what would you recommend is the way to truly overcome, at least in this dimension and sense, the distinction between right and wrong and between right and left?
Mm-hmm. The things between right and wrong is a lot to do. It is very subjective. There are some things that we largely throughout the world, they are like world rules, that we don't kill each other, that you don't steal and so on. I think this is commandments and rules that most human beings say this is just. That is the foundation of our moral life, and that it serves mankind in a broad way. Then it becomes more localized. What is right and wrong for you may not be right and wrong for someone else. So there's more space in that. It's more interpretive, more subjective, more free. You see? And then sometimes some people try to make laws out of that, where there's more freedom. It's to do more with freedom of expression. So we cannot make a law out of intuitive response sometimes, or people's unique ways of expressing. Still, they must come into the mainstream of moving with the greater law. But left and right is something more to do with more your intuitive life. Your intuitive life is you may set out with the intention to go to the right, and then you end up moving in the left. And how you are with that. If you are very much one who needs to control, you'll feel, oh, my life is not flowing properly. If you're one who is more neutral, you'll be happy in any direction you go. Because your life will not be about where exactly your body is, but more the quality of your inner being and the way that you relate to what arises in front of you. You see? We don't give too much importance on, this is right, this is wrong, this is right, this is wrong, because you can never come to the end of it, and you end up mostly with arguments, resistance, fight, and all this, oppressive functioning. But more inside. I remember in our upbringing, somebody was questioning Christ about, the law. And he said, the most important laws is to love the Lord your God with all your heart, your soul, your mind, and your strength. And the second law was to love each one as your own self. And that in fulfilling these two laws, you fulfill all the others automatically.
So it's being able to do that second one that I've been striving so hard. How do I truly see everyone as family? How, I know in one of your talks, I heard you say, the heart is timeless, but here, how to make this active all the time is, it seems, outside of the surrendering, the becoming, all this yoga that I'm practicing, all these meditations to try to do this so I can truly see all as family. I want that more than anything.
I will show you how. That second law, to love your neighbor as yourself, is the outcome of something else that has to happen first. If it's not the outcome, if it is to advise every human being to cultivate, and it has its goodness, to treat others, our conditioning also is an example of that from childhood. I'm very happy for some conditioning. The one that says you should treat the elders with respect, and you should open the door, you don't just not for yourself, and if you go someplace as an invitation, don't take the highest seat and be humble in your way. I'm happy for that. I'm happy for those things. But when we say to love everyone as you love yourself, it really is a test, because I think it more exposes our inability as persons. You may try and you love everybody, particularly strangers, you love also in a wide way, but the more close it comes, you find you're not able to love for some people. And for others, the ones who are close, you can love, but one far away, you can't, you feel nothing for. It's so varied. How you can come to that place, I would say first, you must discover who you are. If you discover, as you discover your true place, love becomes automatic. All true good qualities manifest spontaneously in the awakened mind. Otherwise, we have to cultivate. Why cultivate? Because it's not the nature of the ego to be unselfish. The nature of the ego is to be selfish, to be fearful, insecure, judgmental, panic, all these things. So it is in the interest of mankind that he learns to and finds his own self, from which he has a natural universality, a natural compassion is flowing. It may take a little bit more maturing, but it really becomes more abundant as you come to know yourself. Why does this happen? It happens because you are no longer feeling threatened by life or by other beings. When you come home to recognize yourself, as you're here for this purpose, I hope, then as you come into that recognition, you'll find you're a much greater generosity of being. You're not afraid. And when you're not afraid, then love can come out. Love will not come when you are feeling fear. In the same way, as I said before, that if you're sitting in a company and you know you're sitting with 5 people and 3 of them, don't like you, you cannot fall asleep in their company. You would never go and sleep in your enemy's house. You cannot do it. You have one eye open, one eye closed. You're not going to sleep because there's no trust and because there's fear. Then how can in such a place, how can there be love? Love comes when you don't have a trading love. You have a love in spite of even people judging you. You have a love for them, but not for their person. You see, you think you have to love a person's person. And that is very difficult, meaning the idea someone has about themselves. But when you know yourself, you find everyone lovable. You may not find their behavior lovable, but you know their inmost being because you know your inmost being. It is like that. It's how it's always been. Someone once said, I am not seeing the world as it really is. I'm seeing the world as I am. Everything begins in your I amness. As you come to recognize, to go beyond the superficial facade of a person and move back into the place of presence inside yourself, then all your fears will go. Knowledge will come. Relaxation will come. Openness will come. Silence will come. Or they will appear to come. They've always been there, in fact. Let's say they are unveiled rather than they come. They may be experienced as though they come because you feel like you're discovering them again for the first time. So this thing, I so strongly, I love you for coming to say these things, so it gives a chance to really look at these things, that our real advancement as human beings is not only based upon our technological advancement, but upon the quality of our interaction as being, how we behave to each other, and if there really is love. If love is our climate, then I think we'll be fine. But if superstition, suspicion, fear, selfishness, we will not grow in the true way.
I have one more little question, if you don't mind.
Yes.
That in reflection of trying to find the perceiver, it sort of, for me, ends up like a bubble effect. I see what seems to be is, then it seems to be kind of reaction to that, and it keeps on changing as layers upon layers.
Because the eyes go out again, they protrude. The eyes go out again in the field of projection. You're looking out and you're looking again into the realm of the mind. But when I say that, I say if I look at the mind as a bubble of functioning, of all the elemental movement and of time and change and names and forms and all of this, the flow activity of the intellect, of the ego, of the mind, whatever, and that which perceives this bubble, which is not trapped in the bubble of that, but which sees cleanly, and which even perceives its perceiving of that. And by saying that, it brings everything back into a space. It's not actually a spatial backness in terms of measurement of space. It's more the space as a metaphor for subtlety, to come more back, more refined, until you can see that everything reports to a central seeing. And that central seeing, what is there doing the seeing? Is there an object that is doing the seeing, or there's only the seeing, and the seeing itself is the life? Then you want you to experience it. Is it like at the end of the yellow brick road where you pull the great curtains and there's one little guy that says, I am behind all of this? Is there something behind all of this, little guy inside here, behind all of this? Or what is found? And if it is found, by whom is it found? So it's a very powerful, it's got everything in this question. Everything, all questions are in these questions. This is the Om of all questions. Just like every vibration, every sound arises from Om, then every question take their birth in this question. Can the perceiver be perceived? Is there a perceiver as a phenomenon, as an entity? You have to find this out. When you find this out, you have come to an understanding of this universe and who you are in it. If you are in the universe or the universe is in you, or both, and what will be the fruit of such seeing? How will that be expressed in this life with these limbs? Thank you.
Thank you.
We are going to leave it here today because what I ask you to do, for the most part, I think I've answered the most important questions. What I would like to invite you to do, if anything that you've heard so far resonates inside you, it needn't be the whole talk, it can be something that then put your full attention on that and try to understand. Enter it and let it enter you. And really look into that, and it will open up profound understanding inside you and insight. It's not just more and more, because sometimes the more and more we go on, we just go back to the person again. We start to ask about the person again. You know, this thing is happening at home and so on. I said, what? After all of this, your mind is still going there? No, stay here and be one with this. And then all these things will be cleared up. Don't worry. Stay here in this big question. This is the master key to all the locks. Don't be asking, oh, you got a safety pin, I can pick this lock. No, I'm giving you a master key. You are the master key. And what is inside the vault is also the mysteries of your own self. And don't walk past this opportunity and go back to your person. My person, yes, you know, last week I bought this thing, and then this person, I said, no. And my grandmother's cat passed away 2 weeks ago. No. No. Who are you? Deal with it. Deal with it. Otherwise, your mind has so many questions to keep putting, and you think the questions are important, but the questions are just a way of prolonging this stupidity. It's just another way of avoiding meeting yourself. Another question, Mooji, you know about this consciousness of the consciousness and this super consciousness and the super duper consciousness. Do you know? Can you say something about that? No. No. Who are you? Who are you? Start there. If you don't understand, I go over that question again. I don't want new question. It's the same question, unanswered. And every generation has to answer this question. When you entered this game, you needed a password. The password was I. Okay? Second password, I am the body. Boom, boom, you're in the game of life. How you get out? Who am I? Who am I? Deal with it. Because if you allow, your mind will keep on giving you new things, a new question that seem like they are spiritual and so on, but it's just buying time, buying time, buying time. You have to come like somebody came and said, I have no time. A man came to me one said, he says, I have no time. I don't even have time to be on fire. This was just a few days ago. A man came here. He seemed like his body had this, some muscular deterioration. And he was a teacher also. And his students took him here. He could not walk by himself. And he came and he sat at the table and he asked me, I need you to kill me, he says. And only you can do it. I said, well, first you have to tell me what is there in you to kill. And he started crying. Deep, deep tears. Humanity tears. Humanity tears. Not just a person's tears. He says, I don't have time to be on fire. You have to kill me today. And at the end of our time, he has found it. He has found it. You have to come like that. Don't come when you think you have plenty of time. Because if you came and you say, I've got 3 months, Mooji, to get this, it will take at least 3 months. Your mind will spend 3 months chai shopping, maybe even rafting on Ganga. But if you have no time, then you have the feeling, I can't leave here the way I came. I have to leave here like you. I can't leave here like me. You understand? This might be a bit too full on for some people who just came for a taste. You understand? But I know many of you have come here. I know what you have given up to come here. I know many of you have left children at home and husbands and wives at home and things to take your chance. This is your chance now. As I said before, for thousands of years, human beings have been meeting like this, under trees, in caves, on hills, in valleys, to look into this subject. Many of them found what they came for. But their bodies are no longer here. You're here. This is our time. This is our season. The edge of the human wave is here. The future is an idea, the past is an idea. We're here. Now it's our turn. What will you do with this question? This is the question of questions. Will you use it? Will you frame it and put on the wall? Will you send it to your friends? Or will you eat it? I'll fight for you, but you must also fight for yourself. You must win your freedom back from this psychological mind. There are many wars around the world, but all of them are fought because of ignorance of this. There's one real enemy, and you must blow him out. The enemy is not, the war is not about oil, it's not about water, it's not about food. The war is ego. He's the enemy. He's the same guy showing up in every country. In every farm he's showing. And we know him very well. His voice you must transcend. Each of us must transcend within ourselves. That's everyone's battle. To transcend the voice, the deceiving voice of the psychological mind. He's the only demon there is. Someone come. I know some people are leaving today. Well, each day some are coming, some are going. But if you have really understood, then it won't matter so much that you leave, that you have to go back to wherever you have to go, because you will have discovered the thing which is stable in yourself. You see? You may say, I miss the energy field of sitting in such a big sangha or something, but I'm okay because I am here. And at a certain point, you'll see it is the scenes are changing, but the seer is unchanging. If every time the scenes change, the seer also change, then you're only a chameleon. But when the scenes are changing, but you are unchanging, then you have really grasped, and you are grasping what is true. Your heart is the light of this world. Don't let your mind hide it forever. No one came here to remain here bound.
Satchitananda Guru Satchitananda Satchitananda Guru Satchitananda Satchitananda Guru Satchitananda Satchitananda Guru Satchitananda Ananda Guru Om Shivananda Guru Om 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 Satchitananda Guru Satchitananda Satchitananda Guru Satchitananda Satchitananda Guru Satchitananda Satchitananda Guru Satchitananda Ananda Guru Om Shivananda Guru Om Ananda Guru Om Shivananda Guru Om Ananda Guru Om Shivananda Guru Om Ananda Guru Om Shivananda Guru Satchitananda Guru Satchitananda Satchitananda Guru Satchitananda Satchitananda Guru Satchitananda Satchitananda Guru Satchitananda Ananda Guru Om Shivananda Guru Om 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 Satchitananda Guru Satchitananda Satchitananda Guru Satchitananda Satchitananda Guru Satchitananda Satchitananda Guru Satchitananda Ananda Guru Om Shivananda Guru Om Ananda Guru Om Shivananda Guru Om Ananda Ananda Guru Om Shivananda Guru Om Ananda Guru Om Shivananda Guru Om Satchitananda Guru Satchitananda Satchitananda Guru Satchitananda Satchitananda Guru Satchitananda Satchitananda Guru Satchitananda Ananda Guru Om Shivananda Guru Om Ananda Guru Om Shivananda Guru Om Ananda Guru Om Shivananda Guru Om Ananda Guru Om Shivananda Guru Om